It's Monkey Mania!
It's that time of year again, folks. Monkey Mania is here, so let's look at some robots who are also gorillas and that. They're the same thing, alright? Don't start. Oh, and thank you to Sam Spencer on Blue Sky, who reminded me about the one unique thing this channel actually does. First up is this marvellous little lad, Real Figures Metal Convoy from Takara in 1999, and it's a fun little simplified version of Transmetal Optimus Primal. Isn't that weird? And also incredible. I've got no idea if this was designed to be more attainable or an affordable incarnation of the character, but I always like to see this kind of thing. The robot legs at the back are less than subtle, but then again, so are your metaphors in your fanfiction. Articulation's limited to elbows and knees, but that's not a million miles away from the original version. Transformation involves taking these side pieces out, swapping the backpack, and then it's the familiar dance of opening the chest and swapping out the heads. And oh, look at him, just a wee cutie pie, that's all. I'm not 100% sure if I'm supposed to swivel these arms, but I don't dare stress the plastic more than I already have. And I like this little fella a lot. I think everyone could do with a little Transmetal Primal in their lives. Oh, and thank you to good friends and fast becoming patrons of the show, Jake and Anna, for sending me this little miracle. Now, it wouldn't be a TRDQ video in 2025 without some metal Cardbot. No major releases in the monkey form in this line yet, but we do have this little card that you can purchase separately, along with several other animal-themed robots in the same form factor. Pop off the card and just look at them. Alright, mate. Fold out all the pieces like you might expect and open up that chest piece to get the full extent of the neck tilt. And here we are. Adorable. There's a great range of motion and so much personality. He even has little, I don't know, jackhammers on his wrists. I think if you could shrink these down a touch and have a Soundwave toy that works with these as tapes, it would be wonderful. The card could even allow for tech specs or some kind of cassette or other deco, but no, that's too exciting, isn't it, Hasbro? Last but not least on this cavalcade of simian silliness is BotCon 2014 Ape-Link. Now this boy came in a convention exclusive set that year, but we're only interested in one thing during Monkey Mania. Now this mould has a few incarnations, I've got two others in various states of disrepair. 10th anniversary Optimus Primal is much closer to the Primal colour scheme we know, and it makes really good use of the mould with that paint job. And we also have the Cybertron Optimus Prime, not Primal apparently, who is in a sorrier state, no accessories, lacking his back plates, and he must have owed money to the mob or something because someone took his thumbs. But we're here to talk Ape-Link, folks, so stop looking at those. Okay, there. Now, you might be thinking, that colour scheme looks like shite compared to the other ones. And just because you're right doesn't mean that you can be rude. Still, overall, this sculpt is great. Some say you're supposed to have these thighs face outwards. I think that looks awful, so this is going to be how we're doing it. But look at the detail here. Inside the chest, there's a little speaker for the robot, a wild rib cage, so much going on for a smaller sized toy. Never been a huge fan of this colour scheme, but he is complete, which counts for something in this world, I've been told. We have backplates, thumbs, and most importantly, his surfboard and Cyber Planet key. That's right, a very weird futuristic surfboard, which looks like a Cobra Mori. You know, Ape-Link can use the holes in his palms to hold it like you would while posing on the beach, as you're known to do, or hoist it up onto his shoulder. And if you're that kind of person, you can stick the Cyber Planet key in the back and wallop, we've got a rocket launcher. Press this button and it fires a missile.
Okay, come on, let's get it over with.
No, look, man, it's Monkey Mania. It's supposed to be a happy occasion. Let's forget the missile test this time, alright?
Really?
Sure. You know what? You go and get comfy. I'll fire at this little Doctor Doom here.
Oh, alright, okay. You know, you're not so bad.
You get out of here, you. Okay, alright, okay, here we go. Huh. The transformation's a little less straightforward than you might be used to. Here, it's the arms become legs, legs become arms situation. We open up the head, we fold it into the chest, before separating these front plates and swinging everything over. You see this kind of weird X frame that everything hinges on? It's a little bit awkward, but nothing you can't handle, you wee legend. But in ape mode, it's pretty decent. You know, I love those big arms and the feet, they turn into these sort of weird techno knuckle dusters. I do think the colours let it down here because standing next to the other two, incomplete or not, they look so much better. You know, look at this lad with his big King Kong scar. Love it. But still, they can't go surfing, can they? Ape-Link can peg into the board and off he goes for a night of interstellar fun and maybe passion. I haven't read all the Ape-Link books. And that's part one of Monkey Mania. We'll go back to some old-fashioned robots for next episode, and then come back swinging with some more monkey mayhem after that. Alright? Alright.
Okay. Uh-oh.